The relationship stems from various factors and reasons. Money, sex, family, and friends all find their way as the drivers of relationships or marital crisis. However, a very subtle factor has created havoc and destroyed many relationships that we don't always talk about. It is like the elephant in the room. People don't always want to talk about it because it sounds complicated and for the most part confusing. That is the subject I want to discuss today. Submission in marriage. Most marriages are under tensions and they tend to find a way to navigate their religious or cultural beliefs, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim. The demand put on women to submit to their husbands is central to the beliefs of this religion. Most African culture teach their women to submit to their husbands. Today, in this era of progress and global connections, there's a movement gaining momentum. Are you ready for an incredible experience? You need to call a friend and call your neighbor, get your coffee, be comfortable, and invite them to join you for this episode. It's going to be amazing. This is the second part. In this site shared today, we'll address many of the challenges we face on this topic. If you missed the part 1 of this amazing topic, kindly go back and watch it. Get ready to be inspired. And let's dive into part 2 of the topic. Money is not the key to a marriage. What is?
SMOPPY'S World. Life big questions answered daily.
Hey friends, this is your beautiful, ever smiling host, Lady Ola. I am thrilled to have you join back on SMOPPY'S World. If you're new here, you've come to the right place. Listen, always take the time to spread the love and encourage others to share this inspiring episode with them as well. Don't forget to connect with us on all our social media platforms. I'd really appreciate it if you could leave your comments in the comment section. I absolutely love having conversations with you there. Your input means a lot to me. The audio version is also available now on Spotify, guys, at SMOPPY'S World. Listen, I've been eagerly waiting for this moment. Last week we were together. I've been, wanting to discuss this topic with my special guest for a long time because of his fantastic teaching skills. Today, joining me is a dynamic, intelligent, engaging public speaker, who also holds a PhD in food science. This amazing guy isn't just a dedicated professional, he also serves as a minister of the gospel and is a grace teacher. As the oversight apostle of Grace Outreach Global Church, he brings so much wisdom and kindness. He's not just my amazing husband, but also a loving father of 6 children. Somebody has been busy. Dr. Victor Aigbogun is also my best friend. He's my mentor and my strong support system. So let's all warmly welcome him to SMOPPY'S World again. Dr. Vic, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You know I could get used to this, right? Having you on this podcast every time.
Oh, yeah. As far as my paycheck comes, no problem.
Don't worry, I got money. Yeah. I got money. You can't harass me with that.
Yeah, you go.
I got money. My husband feeds me well and he pays me well. So you can't harass me. Last week, we started with this series. Money is not the key to marriage. What is? And you took us on a level that was beyond us. Today we're going to finish what we started last week. But I want to start with a question because last week I asked you to hold your thoughts.
Yes.
Right? So the question was, is submission subservient?
No.
Okay.
Submission and subservient or subserviency are 2 different things.
Okay.
For someone to be subservient, they are having a servant-master relationship.
Okay.
So in a master-servant relationship, it is demanded of the servant to be subservient to the master. Everything qualifies the master to have the servant under. In submission is more or less something that got to do with the will or the position of relationship. Compared to being subservient, the level of inferiority is forced because you are not up to par with the master. But in submission, you are two equal people, of which by reason of purpose and love, you are submitting to that person as an evidence of your love to the person. And that is where subserviency becomes a problem when it's confused for submission. One of the reasons why people don't realize how painful this can be in marriage and why you can be giving her money, you can be giving her everything, but if you project, as a man, you project a sense of superiority, which is common into or injected into the interpretation, either by tradition or by religion. When you make a woman feel like they are inferior or she's inferior to you, which leads you forcing her to become subservient, no matter what you're giving, no matter what she's getting, she will always be an unhappy person. So it's like you force the camel to the water, but you can't force the camel to drink. Something I want my brothers to know, and I want you to know it and know it like you know it for the sustenance of your life. The most dangerous thing that you can ever experience in life is to put a woman in the place where she seeks after her freedom while pretending to you to be free.
My God.
Because the danger is that her desire to be free, you decide to enslave her, and she will seek that freedom subtly and dangerously. And that has made a lot of men lose their lives.
Yes. Yes.
That has made a lot of men become sick. Because it's true. I know you're going to say, I'm not supposed to say that. You don't know the world we're living in. It's a dangerous world. When you want to take the freedom of somebody from them and they don't have a way to fight back, a secret fight is a dangerous fight. When you take that with a woman, you lose. That is why you can't let your wife be subservient to you because she's not inferior by any means to you. You are created equal. I tell you, any pastor that tells you that women are inferior to men is speaking the voice of the devil. And I'm not that religious. I don't know.
But you're spiritual.
I don't know the Bible.
You're not religious, but you're spiritual.
I don't know the Bible. But I don't know the Bible. But don't say that. Don't embrace that theology. It's very wrong. No woman is inferior to a man. She's just your wife. I don't know if I answered your question.
You answered the question. I asked that question out of what I'm dealing with people. That every time we hear the man say, I'm your husband, you have to obey me. You have to live by my rules. It's my rule or no rule at all. And women are in that relationship and they are just going with the flow. Like you said, it's a dangerous place to be. And I've seen women that they are just in that relationship, but they are not there. And there's no love in there. So it's like they are cohabitating. When our daughter was going to get married, we put counseling session together with her husband now. One of the counseling, you weren't part of that counseling because you were busy at work. So when after that counseling and the curriculum that you said, that part where you asked both the husband and the wife about their growing up.
Yes.
What do they see their parents do? How do they see their parents resolving conflicts? When it got to our own daughters' turn to say, okay, how does your parents resolve conflicts? Your daughter looked at me in the face and said, I don't know, because I've never seen you guys fight. So I wouldn't know how you guys resolve conflicts. That kind of got me like, so we've not really had arguments in front of the children, or the children didn't even know that we do have time that we don't agree. So for me, it shows the love and the respect that we have for one another. Yeah. You allow me, when I say to people that submission was never a problem for me since I married you, people always think that I'm exaggerating. And I'm not exaggerating. It's because you showed me so much love that you always make sure that we're comfortable with this. You cover us, you shield us, you protect us, you provide for us. Before before we are thinking of something, you're already thinking it for us. And so He allows me to submit without even having to think, okay, maybe he's controlling, maybe he wants to control me. Oh, you gave me voice, you allowed me to fly the way I want. But there are people out there who the man is not giving love and is demanding that that the wife submit to him, because the Bible says women must submit to their husband. Submission, like you said in that episode, is not obeying, because it's not the law.
Absolutely.
So the question that I want to ask now is, what does a man need to enjoy a submissive wife?
Right. What does a man need to enjoy a submissive wife? I'll say, what does a man need to have a submissive wife?
Or what does he need to do?
Or what does he need to do to enjoy
a submissive wife?
A submissive wife. Let me start by it. Every creation of God in human has a sense of dignity, a sense of self-recognition. They have a desire for recognition. They have desire for being dignified. Every human being, male or female, have the desire for respect and honor. Every human being desire to be treated as an image of God.
Yes.
The consciousness of this is inborn, is indwelling. It is the nature of God by the power of His Spirit that He puts on every being that He created as human. And with that said, it becomes important that every moment you chip away from the dignity, the integrity, the power, the honor, the grace that a woman has, the more you lose her away from the position of submission. The more you put the pressure of a master over a servant on a wife, the quicker you lose her from the space of submission to the space of rebellion. Now, let me explain this very carefully. It takes a wise man to enjoy a submissive wife.
Say that again.
It takes a wise man to enjoy a submissive wife. Let me tell you something, my brothers. One of the most peaceful home you can ever find is the home that is put together by a submissive wife. Not submissive by outward projection.
Yeah.
But submissive from their soul. Because submission demands giving all. It means a peaceful home is built by a wife that gives her all without holding back. That doesn't happen outside of wisdom. It takes wisdom to have a woman operate in submission to a husband. Remember, we were talking like the other in the last session about controlling. Fools are very controlling. A controlling man is a fool. A foolish man is a controlling man. Men feed on ego, and that is okay.
They're never full.
Maintain. We're full of ego. This is our nature. You can't take my manhood away. You have to understand that. You didn't satisfy your wife in bed, but you want her to tell you, "Oh, you are so great today. Oh man, I really enjoyed that," and just to kind of grease your ego. That's fine. But what do you do when it's her? How do you treat her when she's not towing the line that you want her to tow? How do you bring her in line? By controlling or by wisdom? So it takes wisdom. You got to ask God for wisdom to be able to have a place where you give yourself and she give herself. It takes wisdom to do that. And God is the only one that gives it.
Yes.
Think of the fact that the story in the Bible where Mary got conceived by
Holy Spirit,
and the man that just was getting ready to marry just got to hear from the news of the Holy Spirit that your wife is conceived. I got her pregnant now. But something dignifying about that man called Joseph was revealed in the structure and process by which he was going to address the issue. He has every privilege to disgrace the woman. He has every privilege and every right to put her into shame and ridicule her. That's not what he did. He said to himself, look, I will do this with wisdom. I will gently and quietly manage this off, and I will walk away from this without leaving crisis behind. That's wisdom. That's the way he was going to treat that woman without that incident. If it was going to be a different incident, that's the way he was going to treat the woman. Men need to know that a woman becomes submissive when they know that you honor them with so much love, just like you want to honor you. You want her to put her food on the table, put water there and treat you like a king. She got to be treated like a queen.
Yes, sir.
And
Where there's a king, there's a queen.
It takes a wisdom. It takes some wisdom to do that. She can call me king and call me her king, and I won't treat her like my queen. That is the wisdom that brings women to the place of submission, where she keys in completely into your mission, and our mission become part of your mission. And together, you can do great things. That's the way relationship is supposed to work. Anything outside of that, I say it's foolishness.
You say it's foolishness. I actually want to look at the verse, the Bible verse.
Oh man, she wants to turn this to church now.
Oh, don't be like that. I'm looking at where Paul was talking about. I think it's verse 25 when he says, "For husbands."
Yes.
Now this is New Living Translation. You say, "For husband," this means love your wives, as Christ loved the church, that he gave up his life for her to make her holy and clean. So basically what you have been saying.
Before you go too far, read the first two words in that verse.
Okay. For husbands. This means.
Now, you should ask yourself, what means what? This means he was going to tell you what he said earlier and what it means to the man. What he said in verse 21 is now going to tell you what that means to the man. Are you with me? He started after 21 to talk about what it means to the woman.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Now, in verse 25, he's trying to say to the man, this is what, when I said submit to one another, this is what I mean when it comes to you as the husband. And he said, you give all in love. A woman knows you are giving your all when you love. You know, when we mess around, jump here and there, you leave your wife and you go over here, go over there. The moment the woman find out, no matter how submissive she is, you can see the other side of her not looking like the woman you have always been thinking is very submissive. If your wife catch you doing those kind of stuff, no matter how submissive she has always been. No, the truth about it is that's what Christ did. He gave himself, even unto death. He gave himself as a ransom. That's an absolute level of love that is projecting protection, that is projecting salvation, that is projecting rescue, that's projecting covering. You see what I'm saying? That is what is expected. And that's how submission works. When man is doing that, let me tell you, sis, he's submitting to you. You can't take that for granted. You see, that's him submitting to you as the wife, him being the husband. Paul Apostle said, for you as a man, as the husband, this is what submission means. So it's important that you as a woman understand that your husband is actually submitting to you by going the extra length to manage, protect, and care for you and the family in love.
So the only thing that a man needs to do is to love his wife if he wants to get a submissive wife.
Yes.
That's what you see.
That's it.
That's the summary of what you
That's the summary, because remember that human beings are very complicated.
Yes.
We have this level of complexity that we misunderstand love, we misunderstand care. Delivering that love requires God's wisdom.
God's wisdom, yes.
That's what's important for me that men get. You need to get wisdom to manage your home, manage your family, manage your children. You need God's wisdom, because that's what leadership is all about. Leaders are wise. They can manage crisis, and they can put everybody to feel comfortable to follow. It takes wisdom to do that. So in your home, to be a leader and make your family, your wife be submissive, you need wisdom. And that you express in love.
Yeah. The command or the advice that Paul gave to men to love their wives as Christ, I actually think that he gave you guys the most difficult thing to do, because to love the unlovable, to love the annoying people, to love people that you just look at them and you're like, if not for this command, if not that I have the Spirit of God in me, because the human being, we can be difficult to love, but he gave you guys. This is one of the reasons why I don't find submission difficult, because I look at it from that angle, like you guys actually have a hard work to do.
Thank you.
Actually, because loving us, we can sometimes be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So
I understand it.
So if a man is loving us, submission should not be a problem, because that man has broken himself down. He has put you first. He has done everything to love you. All you can do is to make him secure, make him feel loved, make him, treat him like a king, build a home for him. Let him know that what is passing to you, you are receiving it right, and you're giving back to him. So thank you for that nuggets, Pastor.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask this question. Which of these two is truly essential for successful marriage? Money or submission?
Right. So remember that money is not necessarily provided from one side.
Oh yeah, okay, come on. Let's have that too.
All right. Remember that money is one of the words that the world used to put women down, because not all women lives in marriage for money.
Yes, sir.
They provide just as the man provide. They might not bring the cash, okay, but you have to understand that every investment of their time, of a woman's time, is money. Into the marriage,
yes,
that's money. Money is important because it supplies all our needs. It provides for everything we need, and we need a lot of things. So money is critical. Where money fails, that submission take over, is where when money is no more available or not available in the level it used to, then the snake that is in each of you starts to come out. So the woman you think is very submissive before, you're going to see the best of her worst. That's why money is for the essence of making sure we have what we need. It allows us to enjoy the love and the life that we have. But it's not always what sustains a relationship. What sustains a relationship is the sacrifice. The sacrifice of you determined in your heart that you give your all to this person and she gives her all to you. Her all means in the time that there is plenty,
yes,
and in the time
there is
none.
scarcity. Yeah.
And therefore together we can make what we want it to be in the time of plenty and in the time of scarcity. That's what you find with love. Now, when you think about that and think about the church, that's why we say church should stop talking about money when it comes to the church. Church does not live by money.
The money, yeah.
Right? Because what church lives by is what God gives. And he doesn't take anything back. He gave himself. And what he expects back is you, not your money.
Yes.
You know, so this is the point. Does the church need money as an organization? Yes, we pay bills. Of course, we do. But to say money is what sustains your relationship with God, is actually heresy. It's a bad thing. And we'll be teaching this forever. Thinking your money, when you sow this money, you give this money, God is going to do this, he's going to do that. I think about that. I ask myself, how do you think about what just happened to us? In which our wash and dry was having a problem. And we have to spend so much money for someone to come and fix it. And I in my old days, I would be asking myself, but I just gave so much money to the church. Where is God in this wash and dryer? Why is wash and dryer broken down? It shouldn't break down. I get money. That's not the way it works.
You pay your tithes.
So I pay my tithe. That's why in a holy matrimony, in a man and a woman relationship that's called husband and wife, that builds a home, they build a future, they build heritage, their children and their children and children's children and children's children. It couldn't have been about money. No, it's not.
It's not. So,
yeah, if we can give each other, maybe the word love is too strong for you, just say, I give myself.
Okay. So as we round this up.
Yes, please.
My last question will be, does being submissive to your partner means you have to give up your ambition and your goals when it threatens the man's ego?
Well, the answer to that is no. Because that clause of it threatens the man's ego. Eventually diminishes your own dignity as a human being. Even when you are doing that, you are doing it in pain. You are not doing it in love. Just to please him is not an evidence of loving him, because submission is from loving, right? So we both need to pursue our careers, and we need to support each other to do that. Sometimes one will have to wait for the other.
Especially when you have children.
So when one waits for the other one, even when you don't have children, money, you have to go to school, I have to go to school, you want to go do your master's, I want to go do my PhD. But we need, we are married now. Both of us need money for that. So maybe we decide that you go first. Go finish your master's. When you are done, I'll go do my PhD. That's an act of submission that is driven by love.
By love, yes.
Not as an act that is saying, I want to go do my master. What do you mean? I am your husband, I'm telling you now. That one, in my language, eito kayeto, technically saying, that kind of book you read is enough. That
you have is enough.
The education you have, the book you read, they are enough. That's ridiculous. That is interfering with the purpose that was married. That's interfering with the mission. So what you want her to submit to come under, you are destroying. And so a woman shouldn't by any means give up her ambition, her purpose in life as an evidence of submitting to a man who wants his egos be greased. That, in my opinion, that woman needs some kind of counseling.
Thank you so much. It feels like we should not even end this.
We got it.
But everything that has a beginning must have an end.
Amen.
Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much for giving us this much insight into this topic that people have been avoiding, and because they really didn't understand it, so it's been costing a lot. I pray that somebody today has really seen the light and understands everything that you have spoken. Can I have you back again?
Oh, sure. I'll be back.
Thank you so much. Help me just appreciate my husband for being here.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Ladies, remember this. Submission is not some outdated or degrading concept. It's not about giving in or being weak. It's about embracing God's design for the most critical collaboration of your life. When both husband and wife submit to God's plan, marriage thrives. It's not about one person being superior to the other. It's about mutual respect and support. Choosing to submit doesn't diminish your strength. It reveals it. It's not always easy, I know, but it's a testament to the power of your faith. Even in challenging circumstances, submission can be a powerful force for positive change. Don't let society's misconceptions influence you. Embracing submission isn't about losing yourself. It's about finding strength in your faith and the love and support of your partner. It's about following the example of Christ, who submitted to God's will with unwavering confidence. So hold your head high and remember that submitting doesn't make you less of a woman. It allows you to be exactly who God created you to be. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm thrilled you did. And I hope you found this helpful in many ways. Remember to love your neighbors, love yourself, and don't forget to stay blessed. Listen, guys, feel free to follow me on all my social media. Share, comment, and spread the love. I'm looking forward to seeing you here again. If you haven't heard it today, let me be the first to tell you that I love you and I believe in you to make the best out of life. I'm looking forward to seeing you here again. Take care and God bless.